You're listening to Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hayner.
Hey guys, Hayner here of Zoom the TBT, and I have Jake Hirschmann and Matt Mitchell of Davis Steel Eberlein Drive. Gentlemen, how you doing tonight?
Doing well. Happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Still alive.
Still alive. That's key because it is survive in advance, and the new format of TBT allows the loss. I think you guys haven't taken one yet. So it seems like Heartfire used their mulligan to get a punch in the mouth. How do you feel about still being undefeated in this event so far?
I mean, I think we still took that punch in the mouth, even though we didn't lose. Against Gotham, game one, we ended up winning by 3, but like really crumbled down the stretch. Easily could have lost that game. So a lot of it felt like a loss after the game, honestly. It was good to win, and ultimately that game didn't even matter because of how we handled Knippel, luckily, for the bye. But I mean, I think we felt like we had a really bad game, and so we were able to clean up some stuff. Played better game 2, but we got a tough one up next.
Tough matchup, because War Ready is interesting. It's a combination of War Ready and Red Rose Thunder, two quality teams. Red Rose has made runs the last couple of years. War Ready is a perennial contender. They almost beat Kentucky on the floor last year within a possession against La Familia. You guys finished the job last year with La Familia last year as part of your Road Warrior quest in 2025. So the matchup there, like, they're a pretty tough physical team. Obviously, you guys have the skill in the shooting. Like, how do you plan to have your team match that intensity?
Yeah, I think it's just, you got to take every game as if it's the championship in a single elimination winner go home scenario. So here we are in a knockout game now, and they have great players. They have great guard play, great bigs. We have a lot of familiarity with their players, whether it was Brandon Robinson with Florida TNT knocking us out several years ago, and so we know Matt Michelle well. We've talked. We keep in touch with him leading up to TBT every year, so it'll be a tough one for sure. But I think our guys will be ready, and we're ready to get out there. It's been a 3-day break, which seems like a long time since we've been on the court.
It's a lot of time off, actually. So also, the new format also has been where they charge the teams. The buy-in was raised relatively significantly. We'll just leave it at that. We won't say exactly our thoughts on that. But mine, I speak for myself. But you guys have been doing this. You're the longest running TBT team. You've been in every TBT, I believe, either as a stickman, mostly as Eberlein Drive, which we always refer to as Davis Steel Eberlein Drive. But you have a very generous sponsor. And how did that come to being? Like, how great has Davis Steel been to work with?
They've been awesome. And we were talking about it last night, trying to remember, like, how exactly did the connection come? And I think I'd posted something on LinkedIn about Eberlein looking for sponsors, or maybe it was just a story about us. And Ashley Davis, one of the brothers, just engaged with it, liked it, or gave it a thumbs up. And I was like, who's this guy? And so we started connecting. I messaged him and just said, hey, we'd love to connect and get to know you or hear what's going on. Not knowing he was affiliated with the time with the Kentucky alumni team. And so we didn't really talk much after that, but last year then in the tournament we knocked La Familia off, and that just, I guess, kind of re-engaged a conversation with them. In the last 8 or 9 months in preparation for TBT this year, we knew we would need some financial support to kind of help us get in and have a chance to compete, and they believed in kind of what we had last year and wanted to support us in Eberlein Drive's journey to win a title. And so we were proud to take on the Davis Steel name. Obviously, they were very gracious in letting us keep the Eberlein Drive crest in the left chest, which is a fun nod to that. But at the end of the day, we just want to win. It's not so much about the name as it is just the pride to take this tournament. So that's what we're fighting for.
Sure, and the ethos of the Drive still continues. Because most of the teams together, the leadership's together, and all the sort of familial feel you have about that. The rich get richer. Obviously, you guys have an all TBT backcourt. Gay Dork spearheads it. You've also got some other guys, but it's public now, I think. So we can go ahead and say Anthony Clemens is back in the house.
Yeah,
That's what you need. Another all TBT player. You already have a ton. One more guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, the biggest thing is just being a TBT veteran. He's been with us the last 2 years, so he's played in like almost 14 TBT games the last 2 years. He was watching our games. We had sent him scouting notes, so like he's coming in totally prepared. And he was at the game today watching. He was at the game yesterday watching. He's totally locked in. We're super excited to have him, and exactly how we use him yet, we're gonna have to see how the game flows. But he's a TBT veteran, and like as you saw in that game that just happened, I think a big reason Red Rose pulled it off is they had a lot of TBT vets.
Yes.
Gotham obviously had a few as well, Takari Tucker and a couple of guys, but at the Elam, when it gets down to that craziness, sometimes the veteran guys who've been through it pull it out.
Yeah, the Elam is a completely different challenge as opposed to most professional basketball. So it's always people who've been there before really help.
Yep.
Look, we've been friends for years. You guys have gotten deep in this multiple years. You guys have made the Final Four 3 times. The last 2 years made the Final Four. Last year made the final. You've gotten tantalizingly close to the money. I mean, to the point where you probably were mentally spending it a couple times. The drive and Davis Steel have been a staple in this event. and probably one of the more well-loved of the non-alumni teams. What is it going to take to get you guys finally over the hump? I know you guys got close. Like, what's the last step?
Man, I mean, in this tournament, you need some luck at times, right? The ball's got to bounce your way, but I think ultimately it's just going to be, we got to stick together. It's one game at a time. You can't start to look ahead to get the next round or the next round. And so I think with the group we have, with the returners we have, the guys that have been so close 2 years in a row, they are very locked in. And so I think, we'll be prepared and ready to just take it one game at a time. But I do think we have a lot of weapons that help us. Last year in the championship, Wichita State did a great job taking Gabe York out of it and made it tough on him. And we have a couple other pieces around Gabe this year with, James Reese being one
What an ad.
that we feel can bring a lot of, things to the offensive side and defensive side of the ball that will help us in, those types of scenarios. So, we're excited. I think we have a real good chance to win tomorrow night, and we'll worry about that one right now.
It's pretty crazy too, because like talking about TBT, the combination of some of the teams because of the condensed nature of this year's event, only having 14 teams. Two players that struck out me as being bench guys who are absolute killers. Ty Nichols for Bayheims, who showed out last night in a loss, and you guys adding James Reese. I mean, how many people can bring a TBT veteran who scores 20 a game off the pine? That's such a luxury to have. So I think that's great for you guys. Okay, so last year you guys, and this is the run, you guys, a great run. You played road orders. You played 3 true road games. You won at La Familia, which is a hard place to play, and then you went to West Virginia and you beat them in their house, falling 1 short. So 2 of 3, which is still incredible. While you have to play a tougher game, if you're able to advance that bracket, I don't want to look too far ahead, but is it an advantage only having 1 road game for a change? Like, you're used to always being on the road. You only have 1 road game this time, if you get there. Is that almost a luxury for your team as opposed to normal?
I think so. I mean, last year we do not blame the championship loss on travel,
Sure.
but like it didn't help.
No.
And so I think this year it's been super nice where we just walk downstairs and play our games and practice, and like we don't need to leave a resort at all if we don't need to. There's food here, got the place to sleep, place to play. It's really been ideal. And we know the alumni teams, a lot of the GMs we're close with, they've been telling us like the travel's been kind of crazy. And we're like, well, that's what we went through last year. So again, I don't think it gives us this massive advantage because there's also an extra day now in between the semifinals and the TBT finals, but it's nice to only have to do it once, for sure.
Sure, yeah, definitely. Only having 1 hostile crowd play as opposed to really walking through 4 states in a trip, basically.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's always a pleasure to see you guys. Thanks for taking the time, and I wish you the best of luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, Andrew.
Matt,
Appreciate you, man.
Jay, always a pleasure. And it's Andrew Hainer of ZoomTheTBT with Jake Hirschmann and Matt Mitchell of Eberlein Drive, Davis Steel edition. Thanks, guys.
Hope you enjoyed listening to Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hainer. Subscribe to YouTube, follow on Twitter, and give us your money.